Stop what you're doing. If you run a CA firm in India, the next few minutes might be the most important of your entire professional life, because the numbers that are going to define the year 2026, well, they're already here, and most firm owners haven't seen them yet.
Let me just paint you a quick picture. It's 11 o'clock at night. Your article assistant is staring at a screen, manually reconciling GSTR1 against GSTR2B. We're talking 500 invoices, 3 cups of chai in, and still 4 hours of just grinding it out ahead. Meanwhile, across town, a rival firm just ran the exact same reconciliation automatically, using AI.
And it took them 47 minutes. Think about that. Same client, same compliance, same outcome. But one firm spent 4 hours of a person's life, and the other spent 47 minutes.
Look, that's not a productivity difference. That is a business model difference. And as we barrel towards 2026, that gap, it's only going to get wider. To really understand how, we've got to look at the 3 main pillars of revenue for most CA firms that AI is disrupting right now: GST Reconciliation, TDS Filing, and ROC Compliance.
But before we dive into those pillars, it's really crucial we zoom out and see the big picture. Because this isn't just a CA problem. Oh no, this is a massive structural shift happening across the entire Indian economy. The World Bank, they project that 69% of jobs in India are vulnerable to AI automation. Just let that number sink in for a second. 69%. And this isn't just an India story. Goldman Sachs estimates that 25% of all global work hours could be automated by AI. And on top of that, 40% of employers around the world expect to reduce their workforce by 2026, specifically where AI can automate tasks. The trend is crystal clear. Now, if staying ahead of shifts like this is important to you, hit subscribe. I break this stuff down every single week. So what's the first thing AI automates? It's always the same stuff, right? It's the high volume, it's the rule-based, it's the predictable work. Now, does that sound a little bit like GST reconciliation, TDS return filing, ROC annual compliance? Yep. Yes, and yes. The very tasks that have kept Indian CA firms profitable for decades are exactly what AI now does at scale, for pennies on the dollar. Okay, let's start with Pillar 1, GST reconciliation. Every single practicing CA knows this pain. The invoice mismatches, the ITC discrepancies, the supplier errors. I mean, for a firm handling just 50 clients, this is weeks of collective effort, every single period. But AI systems, they now automatically standardize data, they detect anomalies, and they flag mismatches in real time. And listen, this isn't some far-off futuristic theory. These are tools already operating in the Indian market. We're talking about Vyapar Tax One, Clear Tax GST, GST Hero, Zoho Books, and Gen GST. At a recent ICAI AI hackathon, a practicing CA actually demonstrated a system that automated the entire GST reconciliation process. This is happening right here, right now. So here's the question that really matters. If your client is paying you 8,000 rupees a month for GST work, and an AI platform can do the exact same thing for 500 rupees a month, what do you think happens when your client finds out? Because they already are. All right, on to Pillar 2. If GST is the volume problem, then TDS filing, well, that's the deadline problem. You know what I'm talking about. That panic every quarter, the one your staff absolutely dreads. AI is solving this proactively. Take EY India's AI Tax Hub, for example. It can pre-check returns and flag potential defaults before the quarter even closes. These automation tools can slash the manual review processes by 30 to 60%. Now, for a CA firm, that doesn't just mean you work faster. It means you can serve 60% more clients without having to hire 60% more staff. And that changes everything. Your competitor who adopts this first doesn't just get efficient, they get cheap. And then they undercut you. And that, right there, is how a race to the bottom begins for all the firms that refuse to adapt. And finally, Pillar 3, ROC Compliance. You know the drill. MGT7, AOC4, Director KYC, that compliance calendar that just repeats itself year after year. This is the most predictable compliance work there is, which, of course, also makes it the most automatable. And in this area, the traditional firm gets squeezed. From above, you've got the government, through the CBDT, using its own AI to monitor taxpayer behavior with more scrutiny than ever before. And from below, you've got your competitors using their AI tools to serve more clients with fewer people. The firm that doesn't adapt is being squeezed from both directions simultaneously.
And while we focused on CAs, this pattern is not unique at all. The disruption that's hitting accounting firms, it's the exact same one hitting every single knowledge profession in India right now.
Just think about IT services, where entry-level roles have already been cut by up to 25%. Same disruption. Or consider the legal field, where a contract review that used to take days now takes a few hours. Same disruption. In healthcare, a radiologist using AI can review 3 times more scans with higher accuracy. Same disruption. Even HR departments now use AI to screen candidates, conduct interviews, and assess employee morale. Same disruption. Comment below. Which profession do you think AI will disrupt the hardest in India? CA, engineer, doctor, or lawyer? I read every single comment.
So after all this, what is the real threat here? See, it's not that AI is going to replace you. The real threat is that your clients are going to realize they don't need to pay you premium fees for compliance work that AI can now do for just a fraction of the cost. AI is not attacking the top of your firm. It is attacking the base, your GST fees, your TDS retainers, your ROC billings, the very revenue that pays for your staff, that pays for your office, and when the base erodes, the entire structure becomes fragile.
But here's the thing. This threat is also a massive opportunity. Globally, only 4% of the workforce that needs AI reskilling has even started. That means 96% of your competition is just standing still, waiting. And the incentive to move? It's clear as day. Professionals with specialized AI skills are now commanding salaries up to 56% higher than their peers. 56% more. The real question is, which side of that number do you want your firm to be on? So, what's the path forward? It's really a 3-step process. 1. Use AI to become hyper-efficient in compliance. 2. Move up the value chain into strategic advisory. And 3. Focus on the work that truly requires human judgment and client relationships. Because the compliance work that built your firm is being automated right now in 2026 with Indian tools serving Indian clients. If you're ready to future-proof your CA firm or your own professional career, my training and advisory programs are built specifically for this transition. The link is in the description. Go to aiskillace.com. Start now.